Dear student, warm welcome to NPTEL Phase 2 program video course on geosynthetics engineering in theory and practice. My name is Professor J.N. Mandal, Department of Civil Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, Mumbai, India. The name of the course Geosynthetics Engineering in Theory and Practice. This module number 2, lecture number 6, an overview of geosynthetics. So far we talk about the metallic reinforcement. I said that how the reinforced earth system move on to geosynthetics engineering system. We will focus on the different types of the geosynthetics material and their various applications. The outline of this course is introduction, then category of geosynthetics material, geosynthetics scope and definition, raw material and machineries, composition of geosynthetics, type of geosynthetics and function, geosynthetics functional application, multiply function of geosynthetics, design of geosynthetics and sustainability using geosynthetics material. So, in introduction, in the past 4 decades, extensive research has been carried out on geosynthetics around the world. It is required to attain good design, good research, and at the same time good material and good construction technique to overcome the educational and technical challenges. The dynamic and rapid growth of geosynthetics is exciting, emerging and vibrant in the field of civil engineering. Today, more than 20 billion square meter of geosynthetics have exclusively been used in the several million projects as per 2012. The jute geotextile was successfully used on Strand Road in Kolkata in 1934 by Bengal PWD, and subsequently in Myanmar during Second World War. The jute geotextile had also been used for erosion control in 1980. The revolutionary development of geosynthetics has been started in the early 1970s in the field of construction industry. Geosynthetics provide proper solution to design and construction problems in spite of climatic, geographic or technological differences. As I said, the uniqueness of geosynthetics is that they ensure multifunctional performance and very simple to use and provide great economical potential advantage. So, we see that how geosynthetics can be used in different area, and so many years how it has been used and how it has been potential application in various projects. To understand this geosynthetics material, we should study that geosynthetics classification. This after Rensselaer 1981. So this geosynthetics, that is textile material, it may be synthetic or it may be natural. Synthetics mean it may be polymer, or natural it may be jute, cotton, reed, grass. So it may be that permeable material or it may be the impermeable material. If it is a impermeable material, then geomembrane will be the impermeable material. Again, on the webbing, this has a synthetic and the natural, and also you can say steel polymer or natural like the plum, leaf, wood, bamboo, or steel polymer have a closed mesh and open mesh, and also the strip. If it is a closed mesh, this is all combination of the product, either it is a impermeable material or it is a permeable material or it is a webbing material, and open mesh, that is called geogrid, and strip what we talk about, that is reinforced earth. So we talk about this geotextile, which is permeable material, and that also have three category. One is the non-woven category, another is the knitted, another is the woven category. So non-woven has also needle punch, thick, it may be unmodified or the reinforced, and if it is a needed, generally most of the time not so much used in the civil engineering. And the woven geotextile material, it may be monofilament, slit film or multifilament. Again, multifilament has the stabilized and non-stabilized, that is calendared, and the monofilament may be the stabilized, calendar or the non-stabilized. So all these combination product, also it may be needle punched thin, it may be spun bonded, it may be melded, or it may be the melded reinforcement. So this is Koehner as Rensselaer 1981 as classified these geosynthetics like this. Now what are the scope and the definition of the geosynthetics? These are generally questions come to our mind, that what are geosynthetics, why we want to use them, what we want to use them, how you can use them, who manufactures this geosynthetics material. So definition of geosynthetics is a product made of polymeric natural material used with the soil and rock or any other related geotechnical engineering material for the construction of civil engineering structure or system. Why would we want to use them? This sustainable development and environmental protection can go hand in hand. It reduces maintenance cost and increases life. It saves substantial cost over alternative solution. The quality can be controlled as manufacturer in a factory, because you can manufacture as you like it, because it is made in a machinery. So manufacturer can produce the geosynthetics material as per desire by the designer. It is also widely available and it has generic specification, and also it is easy to install. It gives also optimum technical properties of geosynthetics. It has extreme stress strain behavior. It is a good flexible material. It is an excellent filtration characteristic. It has a very high water permeability. It can provide excellent mechanical protection. It can be welded together. You can teach it, you can weld it. It does not form byproduct. It is highly resistant to chemical and biological attack, and it is chemically ultraviolet stabilized. When can you use them? We can use them when the low bearing capacity of the soil. We can use when the excessive settlement of the soil, there is no other system how you can use that. If it is a soft soil treatment or reclamation of the land, when the limited space for the construction, you can save the land, you can control and protect the environment, and if it is a soiling soil, you can do faster construction, you can save the time, you can save the cost and sustainable environmental safety, and you can maintain the quality assurance and the quality control. Now, where can we use this geosynthetics material? You can use in various engineering division. You can use geotechnical engineering problem, transportation engineering problem, geo-environmental engineering problem, coastal, hydraulic, water resources engineering problem, mining engineering, agriculture engineering, earthquake engineering, and bioengineering. You can see there are many areas where we can use this geosynthetics material. How can we use them? How can we design them? So, we can use the geosynthetics based on their major function and specification. This is very important, that what will be their major function, what should be their primary function, what should be their secondary function. So, here I am mentioning only 6 major functions, that is separation, filtration, drainage, reinforcement, protection, and sealing. So, these are the major that 6 functions. When we will design any geosynthetics material in any project, so we have to know that what are their function. This is very important to understand their functional concept, whether it is a separation, whether it is a reinforcement, whether it is a filtration, whether it is a drainage, or whether it is a sealing. So, we have to be select what should be their primary function and what should be their secondary function. Now, who produces the geosynthetics material? Around the world, there are many manufacturing companies that produce comprehensive range of geosynthetics and any other related product used in civil engineering and the construction system. Now, next it looks what will be the category of the geosynthetics material. Geotextile, it may be knitted, non-woven and woven. Geogrid, it is a bonded, extruded, knitted, woven. Geomembrane, it may be bituminous, elastomeric and plastomeric. Geonet, geosynthetics clay liner, geocomposite drain, that is PVD, prefabricated vertical drain, geonets or geospacer, or geopipes. So, you can see that different types of the material and different types of the product. So, you are to select that proper kind of the product for a proper application. It may be needle punch, it may be heat bonded. So, you have to be careful that which product will be suitable for a particular project. Now, there are many material. You say that geostrips, geopressure, geocomposite, glass grid, geoarmor, geoblanket, geofoam, geomat, geocombs, geotextile container, geotextile bag, geotextile tube, even then natural material, geocoir, geojute, bamboo or geocell, geoweb, gabion, fiber, hybrid geosynthetics, electrokinetic geosynthetics, smart geosynthetics and geostraw. You can see that there are various types of the geosynthetic material, whether it may be the natural material like a jute or the coir which is made from coconut fiber, or it may be metallic strip. So, all this material is under the umbrella of geosynthetics. Though geosynthetics is a polymer material, but we have taken into consideration the all the material as a families of geosynthetics. So, for this geosynthetics, that raw material what we use for the production of geosynthetic material is different. So, raw material what we use for the production of various types of geosynthetics, and that we may call polypropylene, polyethylene, polyamide nylon, which is called PA, or high density polyethylene called HDPE, low density polyethylene, it is LDPE, linear low density polyethylene LLDPE, medium density polyethylene MDPE, very low density polyethylene, that is VLDPE, chlorinated polyethylene CPE, or chlorosulfonated polyethylene CSPE. So, these are some designation has been given for the different material and different product. So, we have to keep in mind that what is PP polypropylene, what is PE polyethylene, what is PVC polyvinyl chloride, what is PET polyester. So, you have to remember this term in the short form. Also, there are some other material like polyester, which is designated as PS, or polyester or polyethylene tetrafluorate, that is PET, polyvinyl chloride PVC, chlorinated polyethylene CPE, ethylene propylene diene tetramine, that is EPDM, which you call the rubber, then expanded polystyrene, that is EPS, which is called geofoam or thermocol, and geojute is GJ, geocoir is GC, bamboo is B, so sisal is S, and straw you can define as S of W. So, these are the sum of the designation is given by for the defined kind of the product. So, we will show that how this raw material used for the production of various type of the geosynthetic material. So, we are showing that one side that what is the raw material and what should be the product of the geosynthetic material. you can see in this table PP, PET, PE, PA, GJ, GC, S, SW, you can say geotextile material. PET, PP, HDP, GC, BS, this geogrid, which I have already explained what is this abbreviation. Then PVC, PP, HDP, LLDP, VLDP, CPE, CSP, GJ, geosynthetics is geomembrane, HDP, MDPE, GJ, GCS, SW is geonet, HDP, PP, PVC is geopipe, EPS is geofoam. So there are different raw material and different type of the product. It may be geotextile, it may be geogrid, it may be geomembrane, it may be geofoam. So you can see that various type of the material and which is made of various type of the polymer. Now what is the composition of the geosynthetics? Now geosynthetics are made of different types of a fiber or yarn. It looks like a cloth, or you can see some rope. You can see that some geosynthetic material are made of some yarn. It may be the monofilament, it may be seal film monofilament, it may be multifilament, seal film multifilament, then this staple fiber, staple yarn, and that also has a stable fiber, filament and seal film. So you can see that different type of the filament. So again you have to select what you can suggest for the monofilament, what you will suggest for the seal film monofilament or the multifilament, or it is a stable fiber, or it is a filament, or it is a seal film. So that is why it is also needed more knowledge about the textile engineering. So you can see in this slide that this is monofilament type, this is multifilament type, this is staple yarn, or this is slit yarn. So you can see that how the variation of the different types of the filament. Now again that woven geosynthetics and the knitted geosynthetics can be made of yarn as follow, that is monofilament yarns, spun yarn, multifilament yarn, a fabricated yarn and the slit film yarn. The non-woven geosynthetics material can be made of stable fiber or filament. The arrangement of the fiber in random and bonded together with the following system. Because non-woven geosynthetics material may be mechanical bonding, chemical bonding, heat thermal bonding, resin bonding, spray bonding, spun bonding, stitch bonding. So when you will select that any kind of the geosynthetics material, so whether it is a woven or it is a non-woven geosynthetics material, so you are to be know that what is made of, whether it is a woven, whether it is a non-woven, whether it is a woven in case of whether it is a monofilament, spun bonded, seal film, etc. Similarly, for the non-woven geosynthetics material, you should also know what should be the type of the material, whether it is a heat bonded, whether it is a mechanically heat bonded. So these are to be careful that what is the type of the material it is. So this material is manufacture of this is a kind of the geogrid, and this is Strata India, courtesy by Mr. N. Dalmia. You can see this is the machinery and this is the roller, and you can see how they are manufacturing the geogrid material, which is a polyester material. So it has a particular width, it may be 3 meter to 6 meter, and also lengthwise you can say 500 meter, 1000 meter you can have in the different form of roll form. You can see that uniaxial geogrid and also the biaxial geogrid. This is Tensor International 1996, 1997 and 1999. It is the Punchet's sheet, and how you can manufacture this uniaxial geogrid. This geogrid has a tensile strength is the same either in the machine direction or the cross machine direction, or this biaxial geogrid, this tensile strength is more in the machine direction and it may be relatively less in the cross machine direction. So what we observed that there are different type of the manufacturing system in which we can manufacture these woven geotextile material, non-woven geotextile material, and also that we can manufacture different types of the geogrid. It may be the biaxial geogrid or it may be the uniaxial geogrid material. So we should know that what are the different types of the geosynthetic material and what is made of and how we are manufacturing the geosynthetics with the different manufacturing system. Now I will show you the different types of geosynthetics product. First, geotextile. It may be non-woven geotextile or woven geotextile. This is non-woven geotextile material and this is woven geotextile material. I can show you that the kind of non-woven geotextile material. This is the non-woven geotextile material, and where the filament are very random. So it has a machine direction as well as cross machine direction. Also it has a diagonal direction. So tensile strength of machine and cross machine direction almost equal, even then it should be equal in the diagonal direction. So this is the non-woven geotextile material. This is also another also non-woven geotextile material whose filament you can see very random, and this is the woven geotextile material. This is a natural material, this is called jute geotextile. You can have also polyethylene, polypropylene woven geotextile material. You can see in case of woven geotextile material, this filament are perpendicular to each other and it has also have a different opening size. So this I am just introducing you about the geosynthetics product. So this product particularly used for the filtration, drainage and separation function. You can see that mechanically bonded non-woven geotextile material. This is thermally bonded non-woven geotextile material. If you skip scan, you can see that what is inside. in case of non-woven geotextile material. If it is a mechanically bonded, you can see that how the filament are bonded here, and in case of thermally bonded non-woven geotextile material, you can see that how the filament are bonded. Now this is, you can see, woven geotextile material. This is monofilament and this is multifilament. This one is multifilament, this one is monofilament. So this woven geotextile called the monofilament on multifilament, monofilament on multifilament. You can have also multifilament on multifilament. So you can see that woven geotextile also have the different types of the filament. It may be either monofilament on multifilament or multifilament on multifilament. The next I will show you the geogrid. So this geogrid material have a woven geogrid, that means yarn are weaved and perpendicular to each other. There is a bonded geogrid, two or more sets of strands are bonded together perpendicular to each other, or knitted geogrid, yarn are knitted together perpendicular to each other. An extruded geogrid, the geogrid polymer is made of sheet form. I am showing you some of the geogrid material. This geogrid material is biaxial geogrid material. You can see here, this is the biaxial geogrid material, and that means that tensile strength in the machine and cross machine direction is the same, or you can have a uniaxial, here the uniaxial geogrid, that means you can have a tensile strength in the longitudinal direction, also in the transverse direction. So there are mainly the two types of the geogrid material. It may be made of this is what you call the bamboo geogrid. You can make a bamboo grid, and we have done a lot of research work in this related area. And also we have used some kind of paragrid like this, okay, and also that you can sometimes say also the friction tie, and if you conduct the test you can see that how the sample fell. So these are the type of material is exclusively used for a reinforcement function. Apart from that woven, non-woven, geotextile and geogrid, you have also the glass grid. You can see that different types of the glass grid, and this is the glass grid. It has a tensile strength maybe 50 kilonewton per meter or 100 kilonewton per meter, and this material is a very high strength and it can be used for the reflection cracking in the airfield pavement. Also there are other type of this material, this also like some filament on this direction, also in this direction, and also like a mat. So this is very high strength of a kind of the glass grid material. This kind of the material may be the woven and very high strength filament, and this also can be used for the reflection cracking. Next material is the geonet, and this geonate, you can see here that this is the geonate in rhombus in shape. It is not the same as I show you in case of the geogrid material, like a biaxial geogrid material, shape and size is something different. But in case of the geonate, you can see this opening size is rhombus in shape, and this also have a triaxial type of geonate. This is triangle, this very high flow. So this is a kind of geonate material, you can see, okay. If it is a two dimensional of geogrid, if you need more flow, you can use maybe tri. So this kind of the 3D kind of the geonate material, it will give very good drainage and filtration capacity, and this also can be used as a drainage and the filtration, and particularly it has been used in the landfill system. Now so far what we talk about, that is all permeable material, whether it is a open geotextile material, non-open geotextile material, or it is a geogrid, or it is a geonate, they all are permeable material. Now I will focus on the impermeable material and what is called the geomembrane. Now geomembrane is like a rubber. So geomembrane are made of relatively impermeable, thin, continuous, flexible plastic sheet or rubber material. It has a smooth or rough surface, either one or both side. You can see that some of the geomembrane, you can see this geomembrane surface is smooth in both the side, it is smooth, both the side it is smooth, you can see it is smooth. Or in some cases the geomembrane is one side is the smooth, but other side you can see rough. So where you require friction, development of friction in a slope, so you can use the geomembrane to resist. So this geomembrane is exclusively used for the landfill, also it can be used for the dam, reservoir, canal, etc. So this geomembrane are two types. One is calendared geomembrane, which are polyvinyl chloride, which you call the PVC, polyethylene, or which you call PE, and ethylene interpolymer alloy, which you call EIA. And extruded geomembrane are high density polyethylene, which is represented at HDPE, low density polyethylene, that is LDPE, very flexible polyethylene, that is VAPE, and polypropylene, which is PP. So you can see some here also that defined types of the geomembrane material, and also you can see this is one side is the very rough. So this is defined types of the geomembrane. Now next is geocomposite material. Geocomposite material, and geocomposite means this is all combination of geotextile, the open, non-open, or the non-open geonate material, or geomembrane open material, any combination of called also the geocomposite material. Also the prefabricated vertical drain, that means PVD, is also called the geomembrane. Even then you can see some natural material which is made of the non-open jute material and coir, it is also made of the oven jute material and the coir. Also the other kind of the material which you call the polymer material, this is outside is the spun bonded geotextile material and inside is the core. So there are material like this is the made of non-woven jute material, and this is coir which is made from coconut fiber. So coconut fiber filament wrap with the non-woven geotextile material, and this we call the natural prefabricated vertical band-rail, and this natural prefabricated vertical band-rail can be used for the ground improvement and also for the drainage purpose. And there are also that woven, you can see that woven jute material, and this is the coir fiber. So this coir is wrapped with the woven geotextile material, this also we call the prefabricated vertical band-rail. And apart from that, there are material which we also call the PVD, and that PVD also it is made of polyester. This polyester has the outside core material and also inside core material. You can see that this is the PVD inside the core material, and that is wrapped with the non-woven spun bonded non-woven geotextile material, and this you call the jacket, and this you call the core, and this also exclusively used for the ground improvement. Apart from that, there are different types of this material. You can see this material, this is non-woven, this is plastic core, also it can be called the geocomposite material. So there are many types of geocomposite material. You can see this is the geonet, and this is laminated with the non-woven geotextile material. This also it called the geocomposite material. So any combination, you can see this is the geogrid, and this is laminated with the non-woven geotextile material, this also called the geocomposite material. So there are various geocomposite material. Also geocomposite material also is for the erosion control as a mat. So we use this natural material like the woven jute material or the woven coir material for the erosion control, and that is many years have been used for the erosion control. Now there is also different types of the erosion control product. You can see it is a mesh, you can put it into the slope and then the grass can grow. You can see there is a opening size of this material, so you can use also as a erosion control mat. You can see the different types of the mat, You can see this another type of the mat, then it can see that grass can grow also and it looks very greenery. So you can use for erosion control system. You can see something like this, geometry is something like this. So you can have different shape and size of this material. You can see this is the coir material, also it acts as a erosion control. So this material exclusively used for the erosion control. Now there is a geospacer or the geostrip material, and it is also plastic. It is a core, it may be laminated with the geotextile material, and geospacer and geostrip also used for the roadside, also you can use it, and for any stabilization of the soil. You can see like this geostrip and geostrip also can be used for stabilization for foundation soil, or you can use in the road as a drainage. You do not need to excavate and fill up with the good quality of aggregate, or whether you have to use a woven or non-woven geotextile material, you can simply that you can dig it, you can see very less of the width of this material, and this is laminated with the span bonded non-woven geotextile material. You can place along the both side of the road, and this will act as a very good drainage. So this is called the geospacer or the geostrip. Now there is geosynthetic clay liner. This is alternative to the geomembrane material, and this material is made of bentonite laminated with the woven material or non-woven geotextile material, both the side non-woven or both the side woven, or one side is the non-woven, other side is the woven, or one side is the geomembrane, other side is the geotextile material. So any combination of this which you call the geosynthetic clay liner, when this bentonite come in contact with the water, and it will act as a impermeable material. And showing you some of the sample, you can see that bentonite and this top is the non-woven geotextile material. This is needle punches non-woven geotextile material. You can have also this also geosynthetic clay liner. You can see that non-woven needle punches geotextile material on the one side, and other side is the geomembrane. So you can have a lot of combination of the geosynthetic clay liner. As the bentonite is abundantly available in India, so we can also manufacture this kind of geosynthetic clay liner, which may be the much more cheaper than the geomembrane material. So it acts as a barrier. It can be used for any landfill construction and other barrier system. Now here slides show the geotextile tube. So it is nothing but a like a gunny bag and fill up with the drainage material, and then you can seal it, and it can be placed near to the seashore and to control the erosion. So this is kind of the geotextile tube. We will also teach you about the geotextile tube in some of the chapter, and there I will explain more about this geotextile tube, which is very popular, and it can be used in very difficult project or problems. And this is what you call the geopipe. It is already known to you. It is a flexible pipe. So this is in general that it is known to you. So it is also used as a drainage and filtration, something like this. So water can pass through this kind of the pipe. So this is very standard. It is also known to you. Now this is the geofoam material, that is geofoam block or slab are made of expanded polystyrene or extruded polyester. It is a very lightweight material with high void content, and its density is very low compared to the soil. So this geofoam, in terms of the textile, we say the expanded polystyrene material, and generally we use geofoam what is called the thermocol. We use plenty for the packaging for the any TV, radio, or lot of electronic goods, and it is a super light material. So you can have this in the form of beads, and also you can have from the solid. You can see some of the in the form of the beads. Also you can have some form of the dust. So these beads at a particular temperature and pressure, so you can produce this kind of the geofoam material. So you can have this kind of the block. So this block is have a different density. So it may be from 10 to 30, 40, 50. So this density can have a different density of this material, and this is a very, you can see, very super light material. So you can place directly on the soft soil, and you can construct this embankment using this new super light material, what we call geofoam. This geofoam also can have it in the form of drainage. You can see these bits and there is an opening. So it can act also as a drainage. You can place on the back of the retaining wall, which will act as a drainage material. It is a lighter, it also gives the drainage material. Sometimes you can make the combination of this geofoam material and this geofoam material, which will act as a drainage, this geofoam material which will act as a separation. So we can make use of the geofoam in different applications. Next I will talk about the geocell. It is the geocell, it is a hexagonal or in honeycomb structure. It is made of polyester, it is made of also the natural material. You can see this is a natural material, geocell or geoweb, or it is made of the plastic. You can see that bottle which you can cut and can make a cellular reinforcement. I am just showing that one, this geocell is like this. You can collapse, you can transport, and you can be expanded, and you can anchor and fill up with the aggregate or sand and can compact it. So this kind of the geoweb or the geocell can be used for the roadbed stabilization and also for the erosion control. Now this is geotextile container, nothing like a geotextile bag. This material is filled up with the drainage material, and it can be also used for the erosion control and seed product. Apart from the polymer material, there is a natural geotextile material which is made of the jute and also as well as coir. This is the, you can see, jute plant. From this jute plant we produce this natural jute material. You can see like this kind of the jute material we can produce. Also from the coir, this is the coir coconut plant, and from which you can also produce this coconut fiber and coconut mat, and this also exclusively used for the erosion control. This is a gabion, this is a hexagonal, this is a galvanized mild steel. It is in the form of mesh. You can have a Q 1 meter by 1 meter Q, and top portion is open and filled up with the good quality aggregate and compacted, and you can construct this reinforced wall as a gabion. You can use different types of the fiber element. I have shown you earlier also what is the different types of the fiber. This is one type of the fiber. You can see you can expand it, you can have a cellular kind of the reinforcement. Then soil can insert it into this opening space of this material, and there will be good bonding, there will be interaction, good interaction between the different types of the fiber element with the soil. It may be the nylon, it may be the coir, it may be the jute, or any kind of this material which it can be used for to stabilize the soil. Now the electrokinetic geosynthesis material, these are basically quick drainage material. These are electrically conducted geosynthesis material. It performs soil consolidation by the electroosmosis process. There is a geo blanket. It is made of synthetic or natural biodegradable permeable material. It is used for temporary erosion control with vegetation. There is a geomat. It is a 3-dimensional permeable material. It is made of bonded filament, it can be used for permanent erosion control problem. The roots of grass and the small plant act as a reinforcement for vegetation. With this I ended up today's program. Please let us hear from you any question. Thank you for listening.